there's a print hanging in my collection room of the 11th Doctor and his companion Amy Pond, and it's signed by Matt Smith, the Doctor from that era, and his Karen Gillan.
Okay.
Christian drew it for me. Do you want us to call
Whoa.
you Chris or Christian?
Chris is good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we worked at Target together, so he's always Christian. And then I heard other people talking to him, and they were Chris, and I was like, "Who the fuck is that?"
It's, my friends from home, they call me Kolbs.
Yeah.
And like whenever people call me Chris, they're like, "What do you do? What are you doing?" That's his
Isn't
name.
it weird?
Yeah.
Anyway, Victoria, what are we gonna do today?
Hey, Jay. Today's a good day.
It is.
Today's a really good day because yesterday was a good day.
Yeah.
Yesterday was
busy.
Yesterday was super busy. So I am turning 30 very, very, very soon.
I knew that.
You knew that. Chris, you probably didn't. I'm turning 30 on Thursday. And last night we had a party. It was a death to my 20s party. So it was a funeral theme. So eulogies were given, everyone wore all black. Like it was, I made my own cake, which was super awesome and very spooky.
Yeah.
And very delicious. Like I didn't eat it, but
it was like a red velvet cake.
Yeah. With black cream cheese frosting. And then go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell the story.
Yeah, go ahead.
She melted like marshmallow fluff and made it look like spider webs around the outside of the cake.
That's very creative.
It was delicious. I'm not like a huge red velvet fan, and I only ate a cake ball, but holy shit, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I was a baker for a long time, like so the whole thing was like death to my 20s. So we were just like reminiscing about my 20s, and my brother gave this really beautiful eulogy and everything. And I was a baker. I was a professional baker for a long time, and I was even featured in a magazine. And so I was like, well, because we wanted to order a cake in the shape of a tombstone. I was like, well, fuck it. I can do better than that. So I just decided. I don't even like red velvet. I don't, but it matched. So I was like, let's just fucking do it.
And it was a beautiful cake. Like the red of the cake itself was like super
bloody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yep. And so I was really worried about the frosting because when I first did it, I was like, why is this not turning the color I needed to? It was like gray. I was like, this is not turning the color I needed to. Then I put it in the fridge, pull it out, pitch black.
Oh,
and
cool.
I was like, okay, thank God. Yeah. And then just like marshmallow and make some spider webs around it. Had a little thing in it, said death to my 20s on it. It was awesome. So it was a great time. So we're a little sleepy today, but today is a good day because it's Scary Movie Club Day.
That's right.
We're gonna watch a movie. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Hey, I'm Victoria.
Hi, I'm Jay.
And I'm Chris.
Welcome to the Scary Movie Club.
I'm in the goddamn club, all right.
Today's movie is The Evil Dead 2.
Brought to us by our friend Chris.
Yes.
Chris, introduce yourself.
Yeah, please.
Hi, I'm Chris. I draw things and I create things, and I've known Jay for probably like 10 years now, and I just now met Victoria.
Yeah, dude. How's it been 10 fucking years?
I know, right?
You were old when I met you the first time.
Time flies when you're having a bad time. But yeah, so we are streaming this on HBO Max. Chris is also streaming this on HBO Max. And then I'm not sure where else you can.
I think right now HBO Max is the only free place you can get it. You can rent it on Amazon.
Yes, for like $2.99.
Yeah.
Or I mean, shit, go to the exchange, get it for $1. Like
literally 1,000 different release versions of this.
Yeah.
If you still have a Blu-ray or DVD player. I know a lot of people don't even have those anymore.
You have not heard some of the conversations about someone who has a grudge against Blu-rays.
I have a complete aversion to Blu-ray discs because they do not do anything to the picture quality, and it's all the same. Especially as someone who like vibes with vintage. No, they don't look any different from DVD to Blu-ray. So it's like, I'm not going to waste $20 more just to have something that says BLUERAY. Like, that's not the right spelling of it. Whatever. I always make fun of it. But like, yeah, it just, to me, the picture quality looks the exact same. If you ask my partner about that, he'll tell you it's because my eyeballs don't work, which is also a fair assessment. So again, we are watching Evil Dead 2 starring the most wonderful Bruce Campbell. And again, we're streaming this on HBO Max, but you can kind of find it anywhere. All right, cool. So Christian, when was the first time that you watched this movie?
It was probably around 1987 or 1988.
So when it
came
first
out.
came out.
Yeah, I was a kid. I was like 10, and my parents really didn't care what I rented from the video store.
Nice. Good
Kids'
parenting.
babies. And I do remember seeing the first, Evil Dead 1, and then me and my brothers saw Evil Dead 2 in the store. We're like, there's a sequel. We've got to fucking watch it. And we get it home, and it's basically the same movie as the first one, or
Yeah.
at least a lot of it is. And that blew our minds too. We were kind of just wondering what was going on. But yeah, I was a very young kid when I saw it.
My favorite thing about that VHS cover of Evil Dead 2 is that it's just that skull with eyes,
Real
not
eyes.
in the
Yeah.
movie at
No,
all.
no.
But it's such a cool image
Mhm.
that it didn't matter if you'd never seen Evil Dead 1. You're like, that's a fucking cool box. I have to get that.
And that's the thing. It's like it didn't matter if you saw Evil Dead 1 because, like Chris just said, it's the same movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter.
What was your local video store?
Yes, we always like to know what the name of the local video store was.
Our local video store was Campus Video.
Okay.
And
Nice. Little
when
mom
they
and pop
first-
shop.
yeah, when they first opened, they were just outside of downtown Oberlin. So I had to ride my bike there. It was kind of far.
Yeah.
And they had this weird like terrarium thing, and the horror movies were over in this weird little section. And excuse me, they later moved to downtown Oberlin, which is easier to get to. But yeah, when they were outside of Oberlin, that's where I got my horror movies. That's where I got my comic books when I was a kid. It was a
Cool.
really good store.
That's cool that it had comics and movies.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a mecca.
Yeah. That's where they churn out the nerds.
I mean, I got my horror movies. Hold on, can we just pause and talk about how triangular this girl's hair is right here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
It's something. It's helmet deluxe.
Well, we missed the fact we saw the car.
Yeah.
We saw the very iconic vehicle that what's his name has to have in
Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi. Thank you.
What's
Sam
his
Raimi
name?
has to have in every single one of his movies, which is super
Mhm.
cool. It's the yellow.
Delta.
Yes,
The Oldsmobile Delta.
yes.
Yeah.
Yellow Oldsmobile.
Uncle Ben drove it in Spider-Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you? Okay, so we're gonna veer off like horror movies for 2 seconds. Did
Okay.
you see the new Spider-Man?
I did. I absolutely loved it.
Yes.
Perfection, right? Like
Yeah, it was, yeah.
everything
Yeah.
you wanted plus more, like things you didn't even know that you needed, but then you saw it and you're like, oh my God, this is everything, right?
Yeah, I got up, like I never go to the bathroom during movies, but I absolutely had to pee. And I was like, I know something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. And I get up and I come back, and Andrew Garfield's on screen in the Spider-Man suit. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, you missed the portal.
I did.
Oh man.
I caught the Tobey Maguire one, but I missed
That's
Andrew.
the good one. Because that's the thing. It's like that's the Sam Raimi one. So it's super cool that at
Yeah.
least you caught that one.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. That's awesome. So one of like our newer favorite questions to ask any guest that comes on the podcast when we talk about with whatever movie that you bring, the favorite question is, in this particular horror movie, how long do you think you would survive?
Ooh, no, I don't know if very long. I would have seen that book, and I would have seen the recordings, and I probably would have been gone.
Yeah.
Like, don't press play on that.
Yeah.
That sounds like a real bad time, dude.
Yeah. So let's assume they found the recordings, they've got the book, things have happened. So let's assume you're in that, right? So like, you know, you personally, and just like any of us would be like, please don't read that. Please don't play that. No one needs to have any of that happen. Like, I've seen this movie. I know what happens. We're good. But let's say like all of that's happened. So all of the bad shit starts to happen. How long do you think you would survive?
I probably would have lost it if I had to cut off my own hand.
Really?
That's my moneymaker, man. I can't do that.
Yeah, true.
You can't cut off. You don't think you could do it? You don't think you could
Yeah.
cut off your own limb?
I don't think I could do it. No.
Okay. Okay. That's fair.
How long would you guys last?
Ooh, Jay, how long would you last?
So, okay. Bruce Campbell plays Ash, obviously.
We know who Ash
Yes,
is.
but
We're
just
very
in case.
familiar.
But
Yeah.
Ash survives by sheer dumb luck and stupidity. He is
Mhm.
not smart. He is not brave. He is not clever. He's not even really like funny.
Yeah.
He's like, I think I'm funny.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
why we think he's funny. So I honestly think the fact that I'm not saying I'm a smart man, but I'm saying that I have a modicum of intelligence and like rational thinking. So honestly, I would probably die pretty fucking quick in this movie because it's dumb luck that keeps you alive.
And I don't even know if I would have gone out to that cabin in the first place. It
No.
looks
Right.
No.
If someone says, "Hey, do you want to go to my cabin in the woods?" I'd be like, "No, no."
Yeah.
You know what? Experience has taught me no.
Yeah, and the
worst
the
Airbnb
interesting thing
ever.
about that is that like they go to this cabin and technically speaking, Professor Nobi is still supposed to be there alive doing research.
Yeah.
So it's not like they booked it. They just showed up at a random fucking cabin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're kind of squatting.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe they deserved what they got, is what I'm saying.
Whoa.
No.
That's controversial.
Yeah.
Jay likes to dig his own grave
I'm
a
really good at
lot.
it.
He's really good at it. So there's at least like, and I would like to say there's like only like one time per episode that he does it, but it's going to be like a really strong,
A lot.
theme. It's just a running theme throughout all the episodes. We're just waiting to see how many times Jay can like smack himself in the face.
How long would you survive in the Evil Dead 2?
How long would I survive in Evil Dead 2? Honestly, I would probably be one of the first possessed, honestly. Like if everything has happened and whatnot, I mean, I would like to say, I would be like, guys, we got like bad shit's happening. We got to go. Cause like in my head, the first sign of anything supernatural, I'm gone. It's my favorite type of horror, but I'm gone immediately. I'm like, nope, I don't need this bad juju. I don't need this following me. We're good. Leave it here. Let's get out. But like, if I have to stay, I'm getting possessed like immediately. So I think I would cut off I think if I had to, dude, I'd cut off something immediately. I'd cut off something. I'd be like, doesn't matter. Let me bite. Cause like, if I could bite down on a belt and have my nipples pierced in my best friend's bedroom, I think I can bite down on a belt and have someone cut off a limb.
Fair enough. We just had the one of those iconic Raimi shots where Ash was flying through the woods and he's tilting and turning and twisting, and that's one of the shots when I was a kid. I was like, what in the hell is going on with this dude who's making this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is on some shit.
I will say, like, the Evil Dead makeup and everything, I'm really, really, really happy that throughout all of the adaptations from the very first Evil Dead to Ash versus the Evil Dead, I just appreciate that the makeup has pretty much looked the same. Like they've kept with the same kind of style of makeup throughout the entire thing. The white eyes, the sunken in eyeballs and everything. Like I just really do appreciate that. I think that keeps with theme very well.
I'm really glad that you brought up that scene specifically. There was an urban legend around that shot that Bruce Campbell had suffered a broken jaw because Sam Raimi was riding a bike that had the camera mounted to it and rammed into Bruce Campbell. So the funny thing is that didn't actually happen. Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi started telling that story just to see how many people would believe it. And it caught traction, and it was like an urban legend for a long time that he broke his jaw on the set. Didn't
And he's
happen
got
though.
a jaw, it looks like it's made of iron. It's probably
I know.
Literally, you're not gonna like. I'm sorry, he could cut diamond with his jaw. Like that's not going down anytime soon.
So there is a very good reason that this movie does retell the entire first movie. And it's because they couldn't get rights to the footage from the first movie to show it again. Yeah, they actually had a really hard time getting this movie off the ground, surprisingly. After they did Evil Dead, Sam did a movie with the Coen brothers called Crime Wave.
okay. Not familiar.
Exactly. And it was a shit show for everyone involved. So apparently the studio came in and took the movie over, and they like reshot scenes without the Coens and Sam Raimi. I believe it was co-written by the Coens and Sam Raimi, and Raimi directed it. But at that point, he'd only done Evil Dead, so he couldn't like throw his weight around a whole lot. But they took the movie over, they recut it, they rescored it. They basically, the movie that came out is nothing like Sam and the Coen brothers wanted. And he was like, this was a miserable fucking experience. I don't ever want to do like the Hollywood game again. So he's like, I want to go back to independent filmmaking. And he was like, I bet people would give us money for Evil Dead 2. No. They had a shit time raising any kind of money for it. And they were actually in pre-production, and a woman who was supposed to be an assistant director, they were like, hey, we can't afford to pay anyone right now. And she's like, I'm going to go do another movie then. and she started working on Overdrive with Stephen King.
One with the Green Goblin semi truck.
Yes.
Okay.